Okay, welcome.
Bonjour!
Here we are.
First episode.
Yes, first episode, first time for
time.
me here. This is great. This is Chocolate Soup. So we're doing our podcast here live from Japan, live from Kichijoji.
Yeah, that's
Tokyo.
nice.
Yeah.
Share house.
This is a share house, right? And we are honored with a wonderful guest today.
Yeah,
We've got
and a wonderful
no,
taser.
That's right. Well, that money that paying you off earlier, that really pays off. yeah, keep it coming.
Paid me a lot.
Keep it coming. Thanks. And this is Nicolas. Well, actually,
Yep.
Nico. Is it you go by Nico? It's Nicholas. but
Nico or
Nico.
Nicolas.
Nico.
Normally it's Nicolas because
Okay.
I'm French.
Right.
24 years old
Oh.
from Strasbourg,
Oh.
east of France, near
Wonderful.
Germany.
Wonderful. Oh, beautiful.
Almost German.
And you're here in Japan. How long have you been in Japan?
So now it's been 10 months, I feel.
Oh.
And yeah, I just want to mention,
Sure,
since I'm French,
yeah.
my English could be
Oh.
sometimes a little bit
Oh.
not good.
Okay, then let's
So
just cut it.
please,
Good night,
yeah.
everybody. We'll see you. No, it's
Please-
fine. It's fine. It's fine. You're
Please be
yeah.
considerate.
We love
of
it. We
But
love it. We love it.
normally I should be fine. And some people here told me that I'm fluent, so
Absolutely.
feels like it's okay.
I'm an
But,
American, and we'll take it all.
Yeah.
As long as it's pretty close, we're fine. We're
Yeah.
fine.
And other than that, subtitles.
Yeah, that's right. We may have some closed captions there.
All right.
On the bottom.
So yeah, 10 months here. I'm here for working holiday visa.
Okay.
First time in Japan. When I was in France, I was working in a stationery company for like 3 years. Just after my study, I was lucky to just have a job just
Sure,
after my study.
Sure.
So, and I was kept because I started just before the lockdown, like the COVID lockdown.
Yeah.
And so I started like 2 weeks, then like lockdown happened. I still kept my job.
Oh.
Then like I just stayed there 3 years.
Good.
And yeah, I wanted to quit because I was bored of it. I wanted to change my life completely.
Okay.
And
Sure.
I never really knew what I wanted to do in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let's the first thing that I had in my mind was like, I'm gonna travel in Japan, no matter what.
Right.
And at first I wanted like just few months, for traveling. And I heard about the visa. I was like, hey, it's super easy to get. I should do that. Like 1 year. I have nothing is retaining me in France. So I jumped it. And my parents and my family, my family and my friends had to push me forward because I was kind of scared still. Just going alone is
Sure.
like first time alone in a country that you don't speak the language, things like this. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it was a complete adventure, and now I don't regret anything. And a lot of things happened, and I travel pretty much across all Japan right now, like Hokkaido for sure, Aomori for the Nebuta Matsuri, all around Tokyo, Chiba, Yamanashi Prefecture for Fuji. We tried to climb
Right.
Fuji.
Yeah. I want to ask you about that. Right. Nico here, Nicolas.
Call me Nico.
Went on to a great endeavor to climb Mount Fuji with a friend of his, Alfred, who's gone back to France now, and a childhood friend, right?
Middle school friend.
Middle school. Wow, that's great. And so this great guy, unfortunately, he's already gone, so we can't. Maybe we'll get him in a little bit later, a little Zoom or something.
We'll see.
And yeah, they left on a journey to climb Mount Fuji. One of the great things to do when you visit Japan.
Yeah.
And because of the typhoon and other things, we'll talk about that. But basically, they were turned back by the typhoon. So sort of like Heike Monogatari, the ships were turned back from the typhoon. In this case, these guys climbing the big mountain, the sacred mountain, unfortunately, along with many other people, we're told basically it's too dangerous. It's unsafe, the mountain. So
but we were like refunded. So because basically we started from station 0 because normally like people start from station 5.
Right.
And they take a bus there to just climb it. So station 5, you're already at like 2,000 meters, I feel like.
All right.
Something like this. And the mount itself is 3,700. So you don't have that much to climb, I would say. But from station 0, you start from like 600 or 800, like something like
Right,
this
right,
from the
right,
temple.
right.
So that was still an adventure, even though
Yeah.
like we had to stop at like station 7 then, like because
Okay.
we arrived at station 6 like on the afternoon, and we were like going from the temple like station 0. We begin at like 8 or something.
Hmm.
It was already 6 hours of walk, so it was
Okay.
still and it was steep.
Okay.
It was really
Yeah.
steep. No one was doing this. Like we were the only one, and it was raining, but a little bit, not too much. And so yeah, it rained a lot when we arrived at the station, and like the whole night. It calmed a little bit, but after that it was just like impossible. We
Mm,
were almost stuck at like the station 5 sort of rest area because
sure.
the bus couldn't just get
Oh,
us like
right,
there. So
right, right. Just
it
to get
was
you out of there.
it was super, yeah, it was something.
And a helicopter to
But
come in and pluck you
almost
guys off the
almost.
mountainside.
But I don't think it's like the most interesting mounts to climb actually.
No, no.
Because it's that kind of mount where it's better to see it like from afar than like just to be on top.
Yeah, what's the phrase? The Japanese have an expression, every you must climb Mount Fuji once, and only a fool climbs it twice. Basically because it's a tough climb in terms of tiring you out, but it's not tough and challenging in terms of for climbers, you're not grappling and
Not
there's
at
no
all.
pitons. You're
Not at
walking. You're
all.
walking up a
Yeah.
hill and you're walking down a hill.
Super easy. You
Yeah,
just have to be like prepared and
be
have like
prepared.
a
Yeah.
sweater, things like this, just so you don't have
Right. And water, of course,
hypothermia.
stuff. But there's so many people. It's become so popular recently that they've actually had to limit the amount of people allowed on the mountain.
Yeah.
And so, like Nico just explained, you have to reserve and pay in advance in order to be able to do it. So whereas the past you would just go,
Mm.
and people went out of season, what have you, and people did get injured and died up there because they were not really considering the weather and the weather changing up on the mountain. So, but nowadays they've got it pretty worked out, well worked out, where they close off the mountain. You're not allowed to climb it. It's pretty much almost illegal to do it outside of the season,
Yeah.
and they make sure there's enough people around that the danger level is way down. So it's really just it's a great
Oh,
experience, but
still,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a great experience and it's a great challenge, and
Yeah.
it takes a lot of
You should do
stamina.
it, but
Everyone should do it once, but and we had the gentleman that used to live here from Great Britain, Joseph. He was a tour guide
yeah.
up on the mountain, so he had many times up and down. He never got tired of it. So it's up to you. If you want to climb Mount Fuji, we recommend it.
I
Um,
would recommend another one, like in Kyushu. We
right.
went to Aso-san, like Mount
Oh,
Asa,
also, yeah, Aso-san, right?
and this one was great because like you have the volcanic crater, so it's
Yeah.
still active,
Hmm.
and there's a really cool hike that you can do, but you have just to be careful about like
Sure.
the volcanic gas
Oh
and things like
yeah. Oh
this.
yeah, for
But
sure.
we climbed this one, and it was way better than like
Ah,
Fuji.
okay.
We started like at 900 meter, and the summit is like 1,500.
Okay.
And so here we had to climb rocks.
Yeah,
Like I, I
right,
will I will
right.
send you image and things, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
super,
Yeah, that's right.
super,
Send me some stuff. Yeah.
super steep. No, it
So it's
was
a
the
challenge.
scenery
It's a
was,
challenge. Yeah.
yeah, and the scenery was way
I
better.
think, yeah, I haven't been down there, but I think I've seen some images from that on
It
television
it, it
online.
felt like you're in another planet. Like it's
Right, right.
really, really
This is down
something.
in Kyushu.
Kyushu, yeah,
Kyushu, yeah.
just between Kumamoto and Beppu.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
very, very famous area. So
yeah,
for folks who've never been to Japan, or Kyushu's the one of the lower islands, the large island. You have the three, Hokkaido,
yeah,
the top, Honshu, the big island,
yeah.
which is where we are in Tokyo, the main island, you could say. And then you have Kyushu and Shikoku, which are the lower large islands that make up sort of the one, two, three, four that you always see on the map. There are
Mm.
many, many other islands, as I'm sure people are screaming right now at me.
And
No, they're not just four. We know
there's
tons of islands,
super,
thousands of islands in Japan, thousands.
yeah.
But those are the main islands for the main part of Japan. You have
Hmm.
Okinawa and
Oh,
Ryukyu, and
Okinawa is super
yeah.
cool too.
So, but basically, Nico's describing is the southernmost of these large islands, which is Kyushu. So, just to give you an idea in case
Hmm.
geographically challenged, you're not quite sure where the heck are they talking about. We're gonna let you know because
Yeah.
this podcast is for everybody if you've never been to Japan and you have no idea what Japan's about, you're not even sure what the differences between Japan and Korea and China is. So this is why we're here. We're here
Yeah.
to get you to come over. We want more people to come over and experience Japan, to enjoy this wonderful country.
And the real deal.
The real deal. And here is a great example of somebody
Yeah.
who, you know, his life was going in a direction. He was comfortable, and he said, you know what? I'm gonna change directions. I'm gonna do something crazy and exciting. I'm gonna go to Japan, and it's not just for climbing, because as we'll see, Nicholas here is a big fan of.
Oh yeah. Oh, we are
anime.
already bringing the topic then.
Okay, yeah, well,
It's okay. I'm fine. I'm
just a
fine.
joke,
But
yeah, he's a big fan of anime, and he's really taken advantage of the
Japan markets and the
market
Japan,
here. He really, and the exchange rate, mind you.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, so he's
Oh yeah.
there's a lot
The currency is really
the
good.
exchange rate is definitely favoring people
It
to come
is.
to Japan. So
It is.
we encourage you to do that while the exchange rate is so favorable for you, not for me, not for, well, for Nick it is, but not for me, unfortunately. I get paid in yen, so please go there. But for these great guys out here and great gals, you guys are just living the dream. You're living the dream. And Nico has taken advantage of it in a great way, and we'll look at that later. But I wanted to ask another question.
Yeah.
You're and this is sort of the before you get here kind of stuff. This is the before you get to. This is, I'm thinking about going to Japan.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Just go. That would be my advice.
See?
Because I was super scared. I was not really confident guy, like kind of introverted man. So, and one day I was just like, fuck it. And pretty much all my life, I've been like, because I stopped my studies too. Like I only have a associate degree.
Okay.
Like we call it in English.
Right.
But I could have continued like for a bachelor or whatever. But
Sure.
I was like, no, fuck that. Like,
you're like, okay, I want to stop here. I'm going to try something else.
Yeah.
Get out in the world and see what's going on.
That's it.
And so, Japan was. So did you have another place that you wanted to go to, or was this the number one spot?
America.
Oh, hello.
And you know why? Because
why?
of all of you guys.
Oh,
like,
really?
That I met here.
Oh, really? Oh,
like,
since you got here, you mean?
Yeah.
But before you came here, did you want to go to America or not?
I was, I was always intrigued.
I we didn't spoil it. We didn't spoil it for you.
No. I was always like interested in the culture still, but like now that I know people, I'm like, I just
like, no way, I'm not going near that
visit
place.
them and like I can see and share moments with all of you guys.
Oh yeah.
And I'm fluent in English, so
you can do it. I'm telling you,
so much easier than
not
here.
a problem.
Because that's the thing. If you want to have the real experience here, it's definitely an advantage to speak the language.
Yeah, right.
You're not obliged to. You're not obliged to at all, because I feel like now. And probably it wasn't the case like back then.
Right.
Like for
when I came here.
Translation, there's translation everywhere. It's super English friendly, even though they are not really speaking English well. But it's the same case in France. If you visit Paris or whatever, you'll see that it's like even more complicated, I feel like.
Yeah, I've heard that from from people from other countries, and definitely in the U.S. is the case as well. That it's foreigner friendly, but not so much. Whereas Japan is generally, I would say, a pretty high level foreigner friendly. However, the people themselves, compared to other countries in Asia, you may find that their English is not at the level that you would expect. You would think it'd be higher. You know, Japanese, and not to be generalizing here, but the Japanese culture, it pushes perfection, as we all know, as we all love, right? Yeah. So you have the apprentice and the master model. Right, you can see that everywhere, from Bushido, from the samurai, through animation fields, through every job that's here. You have people who are looking up to the one who can do it really well, and they copy that. They copy it exactly, and then they go off on their own. But first, they have to prove that they're as good as their master by copying the master, by becoming the master. And that's why so many times in the past, historical works, artworks from Japan, we don't know who drew these pictures. We don't know who made them, because it was a school of artists. They were apprentices under a master. So the master's name may be on it, but maybe he didn't create it. Someone else did. So because of that, and the reason why I'm boring you with this long story is because the reason why the language, you have a language, not a gap, but sometimes a problem, is because Japanese, even though they can speak English very well, easily better than you would ever imagine. They don't want to try and openly speak it because they haven't acquired that quote unquote perfection that the master, whatever that master is, maybe it's professor, maybe it's just in their head, they haven't achieved it yet. They're not good enough, so they
Yeah,
don't
they
do it
don't
at
want
all
yeah.
to anyone outside
Yeah.
their group.
That's crazy that
They're uchi,
they
yeah.
are
So it's sort
acting
of
that
like
way.
you don't show, if you're, let's say, if you're a football player, you kick field goals, right? That's all you do. Until you get like 9 times out of 10 a field goal, you're not going to go do it in public. You're going to be too ashamed to like be sending the ball, right? Same with the batter. If you strike out every time, you're not going to go to a public game and play. You're going to go to the batting cage, right? Batting cage every day. So, not to use the sporting motifs here, because I don't do either of those things, but that's why the Japanese in public will kind of shy away from using English, even though they 9 times out of
Yeah.
10 can speak very well and can understand you very well. So a lot of times on the trains, and I'm sure you've experienced
Oh
this,
yeah.
where people will be foreigners here will be speaking something not so great, some rude remarks about Japan, or they had some problem and they're griping, and they'll make some not so great remarks about Japanese people, not thinking anyone can understand, but everybody is catching it. And they're just being polite by not saying anything,
Hmm.
usually. Whereas in New York,
They are.
somebody put a gun to your head. Whereas here they just, sort of like keep it
Or
internal
like
and they leave. Yeah. Like, maybe not,
very like this.
yeah,
Yeah.
rubbing the back of the head. Yeah, you get a lot of
Yeah,
that. You get a
cliche,
lot of
but
that.
yeah.
But yeah, but in a nutshell, I think very foreigner friendly. Japan is
Oh yeah.
really,
They
really,
live
yeah.
for tourism too. Like
It's
it's
so
a big part of Japan
it's
now.
such a big part, and it's really encouraged. So don't let any of these things stop you from coming here. Just put it all aside. These are non-issues.
Yeah.
Just pack the bag, put a copy of the Fountainhead in there, and just get on a plane and come right over.
Yep.
We'd love to see you. Love to see you. Yeah, because I've been here like Nicholas was alluding to. I've been here for quite a bit longer than him, and so when I got here, the translation, the smartphones, and things like that could easily translate weren't available. So we had to pull out an actual book, an actual dictionary, or just rough it. And it was a different time. There was no internet. It was a whole different time to come
The
in here.
90s.
Yeah. So you had 93. I came here. 93 was my first time here from a jet program. So it was a different Japan. I did homestay, which I highly recommend, by the way. Do a
Yeah.
homestay. I did a homestay for a whole summer, 2 families.
Yeah.
And here we're
In a share
we're in
house.
a share house. This
It's
is a share
also an
house.
experience.
Yeah, so
You
this is
should come
similar
here.
to a homestay feeling like
Yeah.
you're with other people, you're with
Yeah.
Japanese. We haven't seen any come in the door yet, but they're around. Trust me. And you get to, and people from other countries, you get to enjoy
Mhm.
a whole variety of nationalities and
Yeah,
cultures.
that's how you can make friends.
It
Because
really
like
is.
when
Yeah,
I
it really is.
was coming here, I was like, I just can't take an apartment alone. I would be like
No,
super lonely.
no.
Because this
Yeah,
is a thing in Japan and especially Tokyo. If you
yeah,
have no one here, like no contacts or whatever, you will be bored and you will be even depressed because there's
yeah,
so many
yeah.
things to do, so many
Yeah, and you won't do them,
interesting
right? You
stuff.
won't
But
do
like,
them because you'd be
yeah,
like, I want somebody to do them with, and there's nobody
yeah,
around. Yeah,
that's it.
yeah. The share house is a good thing. It's a good thing. It's
And
not.
this friendship, I mean, like the relationship with Japanese people is very different than ours.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't go to like um, people's houses here.
No.
It's
No.
really uncommon,
Yeah.
really, really uncommon. And in Western country, I feel like it's normal,
You
but
just
here it's
right.
like they are always out. Like,
Yeah, that's one of the
and
first things you notice is like, well, I'll come over your house. No, no, let's meet at the izakaya, at the
yeah,
bar. Let's meet at the restaurant. Let's meet at
yeah,
the cafe. And you're like, okay. And you go there and you spend 3,000 yen, for an afternoon of chatting. You're like, wow, that's kind of expensive. Let's just go to your place next time. No, let's meet at and after a while, you're like, wow, I wonder why, I've known this person for a year now and I've never been over their house. This is kind of
yeah,
strange because it's just the Japanese
yeah.
way.
It's
They don't
not
entertain in
very
their home.
intimate.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
entertain in
you're
their
yeah.
home. It's too they say because their house is too small and they're ashamed, which is not the case really. But
No.
it's just a cultural thing. They go out, you do your entertaining out, and then you go back home afterwards.
Yeah.
You don't basically invite people over to your
It's a
home.
good thing and a bad thing
Yeah,
at the
but
same
it's
time, I
different. It's
feel.
different for Americans
It's
to
super different.
yeah, and Europeans to get used to that. So
Super
there's all
different.
these like small hurdles which are really nothing. They're no kind of obstacle to prevent you from coming to Japan. It's
Yeah, and they're still friendly. It's not
Yeah,
because like the relationship is different that
right.
because I feel like we can bring the topic right now,
I think we
right?
can. Yeah, I think we can. A great idea.
Okay,
Yeah. So
so
let's. Yeah.
basically,
Here we go.
one of the reason I came here too is like to travel in the country and stuff. And since my childhood, I was always interested by Japanese animation and mangas, like a
Anime.
lot of
Right.
people, I feel like in my generation, especially the French, because the French case is super interesting. So basically, starting like from the 70s or the 80s, we had like the same anime as like Japanese people. So like Grandizer, I don't know if you know
No, I
Grandizer,
don't know
or like a
Grandizer.
Gonagai
Okay.
work.
Okay.
So these giants,
Oh,
robots,
sure.
mecha,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
anime
yeah.
stuff.
We had the
Uh,
Gigantor, which was earlier.
yeah, that's it.
Gigantor,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
Gigantor,
kind
yeah.
of the same
Right.
giant robot.
The
Yeah,
giant
yeah.
robot,
You
robot
you
age.
know
Yep,
this one,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
Not Tetsujin, but like yeah,
No, no, not going that far.
a lot of things like this we had at the same time as Japanese. And so because of that fact, like we had even like Dragon Ball, like
Oh yeah.
super violent mangas like Ken. I don't know if you know the Fist of the North Star
Yeah,
in
maybe,
English.
maybe. Yeah,
Super violent one,
yeah.
aimed to teenage people at first, and not
Okay.
even like
Sure.
a child, but it was aired on TV, and there was controversy about that,
Mm.
but people were into it. And in the 90s, we finally had the manga, like the paper ones, and we were because now America surpassed us like just a few years ago, but we were like the biggest consumer of that media,
Oh,
just behind
okay.
the Japanese people for so long. And
Ah,
there was like a lot of Japanese, um, French Japanese production.
right, right.
So like I don't have the English name, but
Mm.
I will definitely
Sure,
we
yeah.
can include
Yeah,
it
yeah, we'll
somewhere.
put that
Like
up. Yeah, we'll put that up. Yeah.
there's French Japanese production too. So it's a very very weird case.
Mm.
Probably one of the only European country at first that has that. So yeah, like a lot of youngster like me,
Hmm.
we were introduced to the culture at first by that,
Yeah, sure.
and after that, because you realize that when living here, there's a lot of landscape of things that looks like the
Mm.
fucking anime.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the same.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's the same. Like when you're looking like at the rooftop on the school, because we have a school like just nearby
Yeah,
too.
yeah, we do.
It's super interesting case. Like especially in Kichijoji, there's
Hmm.
a
Hmm.
lot of things in the Inokashira Park. There's like a lot of mangas that took place in
Right, yeah,
that
it wasn't
park
the
there.
that's a good point. It wasn't the famous GTO. That's
GTO,
isn't
yeah,
that about
GTO, great,
GTO is about
great teacher on
Kichijoji,
it.
right?
Yeah, it
Isn't it?
is.
Okay.
It
That actually
is.
started when I think when I first came here. That was in
Yeah,
90s, right?
98, 98 normally.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
So I was
manga.
here. I remember that because I was teaching,
Mm.
and it was great teacher Ozaki,
Onizuka.
Onizuka, great teacher Onizuka. So I was like, oh, he's a teacher, you know? Yeah.
Super heavily popular in France too.
Very, yeah, yeah,
Like
very
because we
popular.
have a very good culture about dubbing too, like
Right,
the
right,
dubbing scenes.
right.
So the French dub is one of the best, like for
Ah,
GTO, like
okay.
objectively
Well,
one
that's
of the
what's so
best.
great
So
about animation, and manga TV that goes into animation, is the dubbing is just pretty much brainless, not brainless, but effortless. And I don't mean like it's not hard work, it's very hard work, but you don't have to worry so much because it's animation. So you can adapt it much easier than you could for live action films
yeah.
where dubbing is awful. It's almost always awful.
Mm.
Always get the subtitle version. Whereas manga and anime, I should say, is the other way.
It's a
Go.
completely different
Yeah, you
media,
can go.
so yeah.
Although a lot of people will disagree with me and say, no, 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 Akira, you got to watch the Japanese
Ah,
version. You got to see. I've had this conversation many times, and that's true. I do agree. The Japanese version of Akira is definitely more interesting,
then
better film
English,
than
yeah.
the dubbed version of. Yeah, it's true. So, but if you don't want to sit and read through the whole movie, a subtitle, and you want to enjoy the graphics of the art.
Yeah, this one cut it, but it's
Oh,
okay.
okay. And you want to enjoy the oh, should we redo a little bit?
No, it's okay, it's
Okay.
okay.
Okay. And you want to enjoy the if you want to watch something and not read all the time, because the subtitles you have to read, uh, and it's anime, so you're trying to appreciate the graphic art of it. Sometimes the dub is good because you can really just sit back and
Sometime.
look at the art. But it's not. It's really always better to see the
Always better the
subtitle
original
version,
one. Yeah.
the original. But
Yeah.
then later you can look at it. You know, you can
Yeah.
look at it in a different way. So I always like to see different versions of things. It's
It,
always fun
it
for me
it
on
really
the YouTube.
depends on the production because like I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
for French case at least it's really good for animation because we have that comedic sense I would say. So
Sure,
like
sure.
GTO was a good dub because we have the comedic sense at first, like
Yeah.
with the theater things and the culture of that in France
Well, okay,
is
let me ask you a question about that. You
yeah.
just reminded me. There was a TV show called The Persuaders.
Hmm.
Roger Moore, James Bond, Roger Moore, and Tony Curtis solved crimes, and they were these adventurous guys. And it was a British show, a British TV show in 1960s, early 70s. Didn't run I mean, 2 years, 3 years. It was a short run, but it had a cult following. But I met people from France here in Japan, and it was on TV, and they were so astounded because they had never watched it outside of the French dub. And I
Ah,
guess the French dub intentionally made it more funny,
oh,
right? Yeah,
probably.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you have as many
So it had
cases
a
like this.
huge following in France. It had a huge following, so many fans because of the dub,
Yep.
not so much the actual show. I thought, wow, this
The,
is interesting. They kind of created a new thing with it.
yeah.
Like it's a new. He says even the stories sometimes were different with the dub.
Hmm.
They would
This
change things, yeah. So I
and
thought that was interesting, yeah, Persuaders. But anyway, sorry,
this no, it's
yeah.
okay. I was just adding that it's like for the censorship of like these violence anime, like I
Ah,
told you
yeah,
earlier,
yeah.
they were like actually doing intentionally like very bad dubbing. So like for you
Oh,
probably know City Hunter too.
yeah, yeah.
City Hunter was that
Oh,
case
was it
in
City
Yeah,
Hunter? Okay,
in
okay.
French, and it's
Oh,
also a very big manga in France.
yeah,
We made a live action movie, like it's a French live action movie, and it has a great success in Japan too,
yeah.
and
Oh,
approved by the mangaka itself.
wow.
So
Now,
like
Is it called City Hunter?
City Hunter,
It's
yeah.
still called, they keep that. Because is it the
Oh
English?
no no
Oh,
yeah
did they
in
change it?
French
Did
yeah
they change
the
it?
name is different. It's Nicky Larson.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's just like they changed the name of like the main character that is like
Ah,
normally Ryo Saeba,
okay.
and they made it like a more Western, I feel.
I see. I see.
So
Yeah, that happens. You see that. You
yeah,
see that a lot.
but it's the small changes that are appropriate, I feel.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
So
City. I think in Japan, I'm pretty sure it's City Hunter in Romaji in English.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's written out in English, City Hunter, and then it has a subtitle in Japanese.
yeah, and it took place in Shinjuku mostly.
Ah, it's a Shinjuku
Yeah,
story.
yeah,
Okay, okay. And yeah, there are so many like that. Part of the were they originally on the Jump series of
yeah.
they were in
This
the
is
Jump.
also yeah,
They
yeah,
were a Jump
mostly in Jump,
Jump.
and we had a lot of anime like this because it costed nothing too
Yeah,
for the production.
yeah.
But we missed some big hits of Japan just because there was like French production and like French cartoon that was reproducing that too. You probably know Slam Dunk.
Sure, yeah, sure.
So Slam Dunk, very interesting case. It's like we never had the French dub,
Oh.
but because we had another French cartoon that was airing at the same moment, and they only wanted the French one. And it's like
Mm.
about kangaroos doing basketball. It was like a
Oh,
kid show, like
okay.
super funny
Wow,
looking.
wow.
But we didn't add like Slam Dunk just because of that kangaroos cartoon.
Right,
So that's
right.
crazy to think. We had only like a small VHS production, like 10 episodes or something like
Oh, I
this,
see.
aired. And I put like some parts on my YouTube channel.
Hmm.
But it's a very rare dubbing, and you have only a few episodes, and the dub is really bad.
Oh,
But we missed some kind of things like this, or like Gundam. We
Gundam,
didn't have
sure.
Gundam just because of Transformers,
Oh,
basically.
I think,
I
I
feel
think
it's
the
the
States, same thing. Same
yeah.
thing in the States. Yeah,
But
Transformers was huge, huge.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
preferred Gundam. What the
Right,
hell?
right, right. Yeah, Transform, of course, became movies, Michael Bay Productions with Shia LaBeouf and others making the actual motion pictures. But the Transformers cartoons, we say cartoons, animation cartoons,
It's
in the 70s,
actually
80s,
yeah,
80s, 80s, 90s, Transformers. And then recently we were talking about G.I. Joe, the 90s G.I. Joe cartoons.
yeah.
Very similar, Macross, similar
Macross,
type of
yeah, yeah,
style of animation. And recently, I mean, I'm talking like this month, last
yeah.
month, I looked up because it's on YouTube, it's streaming on YouTube now, G.I. Joe. So I looked it up. Oh, it's interesting. I was never really a big fan of it, but I watched it, and I didn't realize until just recently that it was co-produced, though it wasn't said in the credits. It was co-produced in Japan. So animation like G.I. Joe and Macross and of course Speed Racer earlier, those ones earlier. But I didn't realize that G.I. Joe and Transformers, of course, we know, but G.I. Joe was a co-Japanese production. In fact, the studio, I believe, is in Nakano that did a lot of the animation for, and when you watch G.I. Joe now, being in Japan and those people who studied animation would know right away. I haven't studied it, but I know you would notice right away. Like the explosions, that's what clued me in. I was like, that explosion looks very Japanese. And so, whereas all the guys, all these like, yeah, the typical, American huge buff muscle guys, running around with all their gear. It's very, very pro-American cartoon. It's really a rah, rah, rah cartoon. It's so funny to watch it now. But I didn't notice until the explosions and the sound effects that, wait a minute, this sounds very Japanese. And sure enough, I looked it up, and it is. It's a co-Japan production.
I feel like it's Toei Animation.
It's Toei. That's exactly right.
If it's the case,
Toei
it's
Animation.
in Nerima.
Where are they?
Nerima.
Nerima.
Yeah.
I think they actually had a previous studio when this was made, maybe back in Nakano, back in the day.
Probably, but I mean, like here it's kind of the
There's so many.
circle
There's so
where
many, yeah.
animators were, because
Right.
like we're in Kichijoji,
Yeah.
and Gainax studio was founded here. So one of my favorites
Yeah.
production things.
Gainax, yeah. And these when I discovered that about G.I. Joe, I'm like, man, like my whole childhood I'm finding out was like co-produced in Japan. Because Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, A Year Without a Santa Claus Coming, all those Christmas, Little Drummer Boy, all those Christmas puppet specials we watched as kids, with the exception of maybe Charlie Brown, these puppets were not only manufactured in Japan, the actual puppets, but the puppet show itself was produced here, and then it was shipped over and made into an actual short film. But the puppet work, the puppet filming, all that was done in Japan, in Nakano, another studio, not Toei, I forget what it was called, but Rankin Bass Productions, for those people who remember the old Christmas specials. We never saw, maybe there were a few Japanese names in the credits, right? A few, the director of animation, something like that we saw. But you didn't have any clue that Japan was involved at all. Speed Racer, same thing. We didn't know that Speed Racer was actually Makogogo in Japan, and that the lead racer, Speed, his name is actually Mifune. It's Speed Mifune, and it was named after Toshiro Mifune from the samurai movies, the famous Kurosawa. So they wanted, it was Go Mifune. So Go, we say go like, oh, go, but it's 5. If you'll see, the number on the car is 5.
Yeah.
Go, go, Speed Racer, go, right?
Nice.
Yeah. So it's just the Japanese. It's the whole playing with words and sounds and pronunciations. But anyway,
yeah, there's so many things like this. Like for Heidi, like the anime. Heidi, no one in France probably, like for the generation of my parents, they will never like think it's Japanese at first. Like, but it is. It's just like Miyazaki.
It's Miyazaki.
Went in Switzerland one day, and he was like, oh yeah, and he went a lot in my region, and this is how he made like Kiki's Delivery Service, or like a lot of movies like this. So yeah, it's a very interesting thing.
These are all such beautiful, such great. If you've never seen Miyazaki's films, you probably have, but if you haven't, Spirited Away won the Academy Award. But there are so many others. Kiki's Delivery Service.
Porco Rosso, one of my favorites.
I think one of your favorites too.
Oh yeah.
And Totoro is probably the big one, because that's the one that mascot. Is this?
Oh yeah.
No. Is this? No. He's gray. He's different. He's similar though. He's similar.
He's round too.
Yeah. He's round too, and he's magical. And you have the Neko bus, right? It's a bus which is a cat. And
it's Disney. It's very Disney.
Yeah. And right now, basically, this area, Kichijoji, this area here, Kogane, Kichijoji, Kodaira, this area is a lot of these, like that Neko, that bus stop that you see in Totoro, where they're waiting, which is actually the poster of the movie. It's raining, and then there's the big Totoro and the little girl with the umbrella.
Right there.
Yeah, that bus stop is actually in Kogane. It's right down here. It's an abandoned bus stop that Miyazaki saw and drew and used for the film. Now it's no longer there, but it was part of the tableau of locations that we live in here that we recommend you come and visit. because you'll see, like
Oh yeah.
Nick pointed out earlier about the rooftop of the elementary school and other things. Like, wow, this is like
Sceneries,
this is
yeah.
scenery. This is the scenery I saw. Like I watched, I
Yeah.
grew up watching this, and to see it in real
Studio
life.
sceneries, Rock the Nashi Blues, if also a manga that took place in Kichijoji.
Oh,
So like the theater that you saw in the
oh,
Inokashira
yeah.
was like also a big scene
Right.
going
The
on.
amphitheater, like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the hat shell.
So
Yeah.
when I saw this at first, I was like,
Oh, I didn't
shit, I
know
know this
that.
place.
Oh,
And
wow.
I made the connection with the
I didn't
manga.
know that. I didn't know that.
Hello.
And this is Steve back here. Steve, just but bend your head down and say hello. There you go. This is Steve. He's a long-term resident. He's another guest of the show.
Is this your audio show?
This is the audio and video show. You'll be on the video show as well. Florida State.
I
Go
just came up to you.
go Seminoles. What's the team name? So go Seminoles, right?
Seminoles.
Yeah.
And we lost.
We lost. So we're right in the middle of an episode, but feel free to enjoy. And
Okay.
yeah, Nicholas is just about to show some of his prized
My prized and how I got this and things because we were talking about that first.
In fact, today, this morning, I was privy to a moment of exuberation when an epiphany that Nick had when the mailman arrived. Well, not the mailman, the Yamato delivery guy, and delivering what he has today to show us. So we're going to see.
Because we were talking about animation like all these days,
and we present you with this.
My collection of
look at this. Now take a
original drawings from the studio, because we were talking about studio animation and things like this. Yeah, from here. And so basically how I put my hands on these, I just came across a YouTube video like in 2020, because I began in 2021 to collect this stuff. And there was a guy talking about it on YouTube. He was explaining the importance of archiving these types of production material, and how easily it's fine to just find them on eBay or like auction houses.
Right.
And so in Japan, of course,
Yahoo
Auction too, but Yahoo Auction is only available in Japan. So yeah, so these are the things.
Wow, take a look. So maybe
here they are. We are talking about.
There you go. Good. It looks good there, right there in the center. Yeah. Look at that.
We were talking about GTO. This is it. This is a character from GTO.
What's the character's name?
Kunio Murai. This one is Kunio Murai.
Now this is an animation cell.
So like they normally begin with drawings like this. So this is called Doga. So Doga is like almost finished drawings, and then it was that back then, because now almost everything is digitalized. But back then they were doing this kind of drawings,
all by hand.
And then all by hands, and then colorizing by the behind. I will show you another one
by
too. Hand. Also, and so it makes that products at the end. And how do you know it's a real one too? Because like you'll be like, oh wow, this is
is it
normally
a fake? Right.
Yeah, normally it's only like on archives or like studios and things. So there was many cases, many history about this kind of stuff. But there was like animators or like collectors. It was considered as industrial trash at first, like in the 90s or things like this.
Sure.
And no one wanted them. And they were just distributed by animators themselves, collectors. So there was trading between the guys. And the market started like, I feel like at the end of the 90s, or like even the beginning of 2000s, when the internet arrived too, because there's bigger collector than me that started 20 years ago and have crazy things.
There always are.
Because they were like
somebody out there
directly in contact in Japan or whatever.
And do they sign them?
No, it's not signed. It's like, because that's the thing. It's like animators. So it's like this frame that I showed you before. It's like just a regular one. It's like it's from the studio, but it's not like a big name on it, for example. But I have also...
Yeah, let's see some more. What do we got here?
Super great Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
From Sunrise.
From Sunrise?
From Sunrise Studio.
Sunrise.
So
that's nice.
Also Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
So very known anime in US.
And we'll put up some images, you know,
Yeah, high
some
quality
high
or
resolution images of these if we can later on.
I will not
When
show
Nicholas is asleep,
everything
when he's
by
asleep or
privacy
sleeping.
because I don't want some to be like copied everywhere or
Right. Yeah,
whatever.
we don't want, yeah,
But
we'll have it at an angle with a watermark or something. Yeah.
yep.
I'll put my thumb in there, something like that.
But
Still
here you
some
have
well
like
done.
Slam Dunk, for example. So
Which
just
is
so you
so
have a.
popular these days.
Yeah.
It is. And yeah, that's it. So we were talking about Doga just before. This is like Gengas. So these colored like paper, like orange paper one, there are corrections. So because you need something like very detailed and perfect, I would say. Because
Yeah.
here is like almost done, right?
Yeah.
But here is like corrections. So like, oh yeah, the eyebrows should be like higher, or like the edge should be like placed differently. So,
So are
but
they
these,
cheaper to buy?
yeah, these ones normally, yeah, but it depends because like that's the thing. The price depends on like the scene, the anime, of course. A lot of things, a lot of settings. But or if you have the complete set, for example. But because these are like just one frame, right? And you need like these kind of stuff, like 12 to 24 frames per second to just make a second of animation. So it was a lot of production material. And not everything survived. So that's why it's also an important thing to conserve because a lot were destroyed and these are like unique pieces.
So for those people who are just listening, you know, who are listening to the podcast with the audio, what are we seeing here? What are these from? These stills? What animation
From the studio.
This is from the and what's the actual animation story? What's the name of the do you know what programs this came from? Or the other one was
Cowboy.
Cowboy
Oh yeah,
Bebop.
the
Are these
show.
all,
Yeah,
are
yeah,
these all
sorry.
Cowboy Bebop?
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
GTO, Cowboy Bebop. I have some
Okay.
Evangelion too.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Gundams, but I'm gonna
So
show you
okay.
a Gundam
Yeah.
because I wanted to show you. So this is like a very popular frame from the anime, like a super
And then what's
important
that from?
scene.
What's that from?
Gundam.
This is Gundam. Okay.
Original Gundam one.
Original Gundam. Okay.
And so
As a
it's
movie?
it's painted like just behind. This is the original series.
As a movie or TV?
TV series for
TV
this
series.
one. Yeah, so I just wanted to show this because this is impressive. This is painted behind to be like this afterward.
Yeah, very nice.
So to make it
Gorgeous
fake,
colors.
you need like the
Oh.
toga, you need everything. You need a lot of things to make it fake.
Okay.
So normally you should be fine if you buy that kind of stuff. But
Right.
it's getting a little bit more values nowadays. Many auction sites are getting their hands on that too. So personally, I got from collectors I'm linked with, or like stores, because in Nakano you have also stores of that. Here I have also manga panels, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit different,
But
sure.
it's super interesting to see too, because like there's corrections all over the place and big drawings, like very thick lines.
Very nice.
So
Let's stop there for a second.
yep.
And we'll be right back. So just don't go anywhere. We're going to continue this. We're going to take a little break. Okay, welcome back. And here we are again with Nicholas, and he's going to continue his show and tell of excellent anime cell
Drawings and
drawings, production
cells,
drawings.
yeah, because cells itself,
are
like
a
I
different
said,
thing.
it's the painting.
Right.
These are
Tell us the difference. What's the difference?
So, because it was made like this, transparent sheets, just so you can superpose like other things, or like just add a background behind it.
That's the cell.
That's the cell. And they were scanned. So there's some holes here, and you needed like what they call a peg bar. So it's like you just put it on the peg bar, scan it, and then like for each and every frame you needed to do that with the background behind, and you needed like these kind of stuff like 20 times to make an animation second.
Right.
Here is like the 10th frame.
Incredible. Yeah.
And they were all written with like specific keyframes. So this is how you identify a real one too. with the holes and stuff, and also the drawings that are attached to it. So for this JoJo, I don't have
This is JoJo. Okay, JoJo. This is okay. This is the one you got today, right?
Yeah, this is the one I got just today. So exclusive.
He just arrived.
Exclusive. But I also have more popular stuff like Dragon Ball, right?
Everybody knows. And this creator, what's his name? The creator of Dragon
Toriyama, he just died,
passed away, right? This year.
Yeah, super recently.
Very, very recently.
So this is an interesting case because this is like it's written there, end frame. So end frames are like what you want to have in your collection if you're like very picky, because this is the reference sketch. So this is where they started to, I would say, to do the in-betweens afterwards.
Okay.
So this is like the reference drawing.
Right. So usually, let me ask you this. Usually, from what I understand, the artist, the master artist, would create the creator of the characters, the creator of maybe the story. May not be the director, might be the director, it depends. This person who, let's say Miyazaki, in Miyazaki's case, we all know Hayao Miyazaki, he would create Ghibli, he would create Totoro, and then his other animators, his employees, his workers, would reproduce the
art style and like
the backgrounds,
the in-between. So they need
the tweener, right? The tweeners, right?
They
call them tweeners. The in-between
frames. They need to reproduce like the style of the original mangaka.
Right.
So that's the biggest I would say skill.
Now would he, let's say the master, Miyazaki in this case, would he be doing, let's say, the key changes in the movement, or would he just do like one?
For Miyazaki case,
them?
especially, I don't really know. But if, for example, like, there's an episode director, they are called like Sakan.
Okay.
And these directors, they are doing like very important sequence or like sometimes layouts or whatever. Also, so for example, this one can be also drawn by someone important, I would say. So this is like an opening sequence from Fullmetal Alchemist. This is like from the third opening.
I know that one.
And we'll include like scenes I feel too, just so you can match with it. But these would probably be like drawn by bigger person. And also because we were saying that like these technology were only used until like the end of I would say the manual technique, because all is now digitalized.
Right.
The recent one are still sometimes kept drawing, but only by old animators. They want to still be able to draw. So like the one I showed you is definitely one of the case, but the cells themselves, they stopped producing and doing this technique until the 2002. So 2002 is the last year where they have done this.
Hand-drawn, yeah. Right.
And
CGI.
Yeah, and this is also like we haven't seen it, I feel. The layout. So here there's also like the name of the studio, so it's Studio Bones. And there's like this is like a sort of a storyboard, I would say. This is the first thing that came from the production, and after that you need the drawings, the gengas,
and what was on the back
correction.
Of that? There was something on the back. Can you bring it back?
I feel like it's correction. It's also correction.
Let's take a look at that. A correction. Yeah, look at this. It was like sort of in progress, right?
Yeah. So there's many.
So that's nice. You got both on there, right?
Yeah, and I have some that have like the complete set, or like sometimes I have the whole sequence.
Okay.
So it just depends.
That's nice.
That's a big market right now. Like it's increasing in values, and so
I feel like it'll only increase because CG is just taking over.
Yeah, and like there's many popular series that are like still appreciated, and like it's sometimes it's childhood anime, like for Dragon Ball. There's many cases like this, so there's emotional attachment to it. Definitely like me. Because, for example, I'm a super fan of Evangelion, and I have also Evangelion pieces that I won't show you today. I don't. I want to keep some things secrets, right?
Yeah, we don't want to overwhelm with it. Yeah.
But
well, it's funny you bring that up because the emotional impact, the emotional element, is such a strong thing. The nostalgia, or like you said, the childhood memories. We were talking earlier. I was talking about G.I. Joe, and and Macross and Transformers, and these things that we watched as kids, Speed Racer, we watched as kids, and it's in our heads. You know, it never leaves us. It's a wonderful thing there, and we can sort of access it. But when you actually get to either see it again or see a part of it, like these cells and sketches from the animation,
Yeah, it's really something
it's like,
else.
wow, it adds a whole other dimension
Yeah.
to your memories.
And it's unbelievable to have that, and like it's in the wild, that it's like super spread out.
It's so great. It's
So
so
it's
great.
it's even though like it's an expensive hobby,
Yeah.
and like there's
What is
many
it
problems
these days? What isn't expensive? Everything.
Yeah, definitely, but
Priced
like
eggs lately? Everything.
it's
It's
there's
great.
many problems to the hobby,
Yeah.
because like there's gonna be many interest, and so there's gonna be more fakes in the wild, I think.
Yeah,
But
sure.
so for new collectors, you have to really be in the, how can I say, really interested in the process of animation at first, to be to understand all the pros and cons, I would say, and just to begin safely, because collecting this stuff is, yeah, expensive and sometimes risky, because also like not only because of the fakers or whatever, but also because plastic, like paints on plastic, is not really good to conserve with time, because you need
it may degrade, yeah.
they may degrade, and like if you live in a humid environment like in Japan, it could be troublesome, like with warmth and things. So where I live in France, it's really okay, but there's people that are debating whether you should frame them or not. There's a big debate about that in the community. I'm not really against it. I'm more of the guy of like, if you own it, it's your fault, kind of. It's up to you. You're doing whatever you want with it. So no one is judged. Like you're doing whatever you want with it. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's your merchandise now. It's your property.
That's it. That's it. Even though it's normally like the property of like the
artist,
studio. So this is crazy
Well,
to think about.
Right. But it's like any work of art, really, and they are works of art for sure. That's without a doubt. You know, the collector collects and possesses it, and then after a while, they may sell it again, or they may pass away.
That's it.
And it goes on to the next person. So it stays alive. It stays alive.
And there's so many cases of collections, and like I mean, like purpose to collect.
Yeah.
So it can be like just because you're lacking of something, or because you just want to have like the most prized thing, or like you have a goal in head. It's not always about money, I feel.
What was that in the movies, in the animated films, Toy Story, the Pixar? Remember Toy Story? For those folks who love, you know, Pixar was a great. And Toy Story showed, you know, these toys, obviously, many of them discarded, and then you had some rare toys and some funny scenes with a collector who was depicted in a very negative way, because there are collectors out there who are cutthroat, who have no intention of really enjoying the thing. They simply buy it to seal it up in an airtight container.
That's it.
For money, for the value of it, and have no desire to love it. And that was a part of the story. You remember they're trying to rescue, I forget who it was.
Yeah, but this is a thing that you can feel like right away, because there's definitely a lot of pieces that will be an investment for me later on.
Yeah.
And I probably want to live on that like later on in the future, but
why not?
It shouldn't be a problem, like a taboo with money or whatever. You're doing whatever. It's an investment, but like you definitely feel if someone is shady about it, or like very not passionate about it. So I feel it. You can feel it.
Yeah, if you go to parts of Akihabara, for example, which is a very popular place for tourists to go. Electric Town, it used to be called.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything electronic is in Akihabara. Akiba, for those.
But I suggest you to go to Nakano instead.
Yeah, Nakano, right.
Because Nakano, there's that kind of stuff that I showed you earlier.
Right.
And there's still some that in the wild that are like kind of cheap.
Yeah.
So, for example, I can show you others. But like the GTO I showed you earlier is definitely a cheap one.
Oh, was it? It was a cheap
yeah, it's super cheap one.
I bought it cheap. Okay, now how much is cheap?
So, for example, I can definitely talk about prices, just so you,
or just a ballpark. You know, don't give us the exact.
Yeah. But like for the GTO I got
how much
here,
was the GTO?
It was only 10 yen, so like 1,000 yen.
That's $10.
1,000 yen.
$8, $7. So that's nothing.
But it depends. It's just like
That's a
a matter
cheeseburger.
of luck
That's
too.
Starbucks coffee.
But the Joe like and so I will not be exact on that, but like the JoJo's or like the Dragon Ball I showed you earlier, it's
Yeah.
hundreds of bucks, like hundreds of dollars
So
or
it's just
hundreds
yeah,
of
like anything of
euro.
value, there's a huge range.
Super subjective. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's it's art, so like
What's the
it's
demand is, what the demand is.
only
Yeah.
the demand of the seller,
Right.
only the price you paid too, because you don't want to sell like something that you overpaid or whatever, like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
to a lesser price or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But
Okay, what do we have here? What's the oh
cool Evangelion. I wanted to show
oh, very
this
cute,
because
very
I
cute.
have a lot of Evangelion pieces, but I don't
That's
want to
great.
show all of them because
No.
this is yeah,
Yeah,
there's
just to give us a taste, you know. Give us a
yeah, yeah,
taste.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We want
I have
more. Leave us wanting more.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the one I have
Yeah,
like this, like
absolutely.
this one I will not show, right?
Right. Yeah. That's the top. No, sorry. Okay. Cut. Yeah, the top secret there. Yeah. So Nick here, he's got such great taste. I want to add. He won't tell you this, but I'll tell you this. He's got great taste and a very astute artistic mind. So he knows from his research online and other places, in person, like Nakano, other places, you know what's good, what's not good, what's in demand, what's
Yeah,
not in demand, and furthermore, his history going back to his childhood, he taps into that and knowing, okay, this may not be okay, let's say quote unquote worth a lot financially, but God, I want this because I grew up watching this,
that's it.
yeah, and you get
That's
it,
it.
and then later on you
Most
find out, wait a minute, this thing just went up in price suddenly because like 7 million other guys his age said the same thing. Said, I want
that's it.
that too. Like
That's
that's
it.
how it works. That's how
The
it works.
hobby is getting huge because there's so many people like me that want to get something from their
Yeah,
childhood.
yeah,
And
yeah.
when you start, you just don't want to stop, kind of.
When I mentioned Akihabara before, if you go to Akihabara, there's a place, and you know it. There's actually several. I say Mandrake. You say Mandarake,
Mandarake.
Mandarake,
Mandarake.
Mandrake. If you see it in Romanji, Mandrake. And that is a gigantic store of toys
Yeah.
and figures,
Paradise.
paradise for anybody who wants to collect these kinds of things. And basically 3D figures, toys, models, everything. And you go in these stores, and I'm sure you've had the same experience, and you'll see, of course, you'll see young people, a lot of young people, but you'll also see a lot of middle-aged men,
Yeah.
not women, mind you, middle-aged men. Like after a certain, you see a lot of young girls, a lot of teenage girls and college girls, a lot of them. But once you get over like 35 or 40 years old, middle age, the gender dysphoria drops off to male only, and you have a lot of men who are looking around at stuff that they grew up playing with or watching on TV, and it's just they're like a kid again. They're
Yep.
looking at this, they're gasping because they see this thing that they held in their hand. Maybe their mother or father bought it for them for their birthday,
Or didn't.
and their parents are gone. Right,
Because there's so many times you're like, oh, I wish that as a kid,
or
and
they didn't, and they
that's how
wanted
you
this
got
thing,
it
and now they
afterwards.
have it, or it was a gift from someone who's now gone, and now it reminds them of it. But you'll see, and I've seen this many times. You'll see
Oh yeah.
grown men cry, like
It's a common thing in
you'll see
Japan.
grown men cry, and in these stores, it's a common thing anyway, especially when you go out drinking. But yeah, you'll see it, and you can't help but be moved by these experiences because you too have these connections to your own past. We all do, and the Japanese have a certain, I'm not going to say an edge, but a certain poetic connection to their past
Oh
that
yeah.
I think a lot of us Westerners
Forgets. We
yeah,
tend to
we sort of
forget.
forget.
Yeah.
We think, oh, that's not manly. That's not tough. Like it's not a tough guy. No, man, like Nick just
It's
said,
childhood, like
they'll
just
start crying
keep
like
your child's
openly,
soul. Like
about something they're holding, not worrying that other people can see them. You'll see it in like baseball players. Japanese baseball players will cry, or the Olympics, the athletes will cry a lot when they lose or when they win, and we're like, whoa, what's going on
hmm.
here? Japanese, that's one of the contradictions of Japan, one of the dichotomies, that you have this culture that's known to be very polite and masterful in manners and doing the right thing, but at the same time, they express themselves openly in certain situations that you don't normally would expect to see. So it's a land of contradictions, as my friend likes to say, and
It's
so true.
definitely is.
It's so
It
true.
definitely
It's so true.
is.
Yeah, it's so true. You'll just see, you'll think you have it figured out, and then something will come along that day and totally throw your whole preconception out the window again. You're like, holy cow! Now why did that happen? So I think on that we'll close on that, and this is a great opportunity for us to meet Nick, and before he goes back to France, which is when? When do you go back to France?
November.
November. So
of
here we are,
yeah,
September. And
end of
September of my
September.
years, yeah, end of September. Right, we're going into October very soon. So
Yeah.
another month or so,
Mhm.
and
It's already the comeback.
and it's going back. And what's your
But
plans? What's your plans when you go back?
what's my
Do you have any
plans?
plan, or just gonna freewheel it?
No, actually, like
yourself off?
I want to make my own company later
Oh,
on, probably related to the stuff I
sure,
showed you,
sure,
but
sure.
I'm not sure for now because
Right.
it takes time and there's a lot of whales, I would say, already in the market. So
Yeah,
I don't know if I can live on that, but
right.
other than that, I will just like uh, get it as an investment and my
Hmm.
personal pleasure
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is what I like to do the most.
Do you plan to come back to Japan anytime?
Yeah.
Is there
Oh yeah,
okay.
definitely. The ideal would just be like going once a year in Japan.
Oh, sure, sure.
Have enough money to just do that.
Yep.
Other than that, I will probably just come back here as a tourist or like
Yeah.
student visa.
Now
We'll
okay,
see.
so that's
We'll
a
see.
good point. So if you come back as a tourist, how long can you stay from
Three
France?
months.
3 months. Same with the
Three
United
months.
States. Yeah,
Yeah.
3 months.
So it's still a big time, and
Yeah.
I have contacts there, like here for
Yeah.
this stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. You've got a
I'm
a lot.
already a step in it,
Yep,
so it
yep.
should be okay.
Great
But
advantage. You have a great advantage. Yeah.
you'll be kept informed
Yeah.
no matter what. I feel like
Please keep us informed for sure.
because
For
because
sure.
I feel even though like I was considering doing also videos talking
Mm.
about the subjects
Right,
more
right,
deeply
right.
because
Yes, right, right. There's all the topics
we
we
only like
we just
barely scratch the
oh,
ground.
we didn't even get to
Uh,
station 7. We
no,
were on
yeah,
station
far from it,
yeah, station
far
1. We're
from
on
it.
station 1 still.
And
But
I might forget like a lot of details or whatever, but
yeah, yeah.
I'll be looking at the video and I'll be like, oh shit, why I
Right,
did
right.
say that or I should
No,
have
no,
done
no,
that.
no, that's everybody. That's normal.
Yeah,
That's normal. You don't want to you don't want to include everything. You don't. You
yeah,
want to
yeah,
keep people guessing.
yeah. And yeah, interest yourself in these wonderful things.
Right, right. And you will be when you fly out of here, you'll be taking a flight from Narita or Haneda.
Haneda.
Haneda, and
Yeah.
will that be a direct flight to France? Direct flight to
No,
France?
the thing is like I live closer to like Germany, like
Oh,
Frankfurt, than
okay.
like even Paris. So I'm just
Oh,
landing in Frankfurt
okay.
instead.
And how many hours is that?
I have a stop at
Oh, indirect flight.
Shanghai,
Yeah, sure. Of course you do.
and Beijing. I don't remember,
Right, right.
but 14 hours in
Yeah,
total. I feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
So
used to do that 3 times a year, 13 hours, 14-hour flight to New York, Tokyo, New York, 3 times a year. And I loved it. I never had a problem. But
I don't like it.
back in the day though, this was before 9/11. This is I could lay down in a whole row of seats. I could get bumped up to business class, no problem. Now it's a cattle car. It's a cattle car. You're packed. It's tough. So for all you folks out there flying back and forth, you have my sympathies, but it's worth it. It's worth it to come to
It's
Japan.
definitely worth
It's
it.
worth it. Yeah.
There's so many things going on that we wouldn't think of. And this is probably why you're doing the podcast in the
Yeah,
first place
yeah, it
too.
is. It is. It is one
Because
of the
there's
reasons.
so
Sure.
many, especially here, there's so many interesting people I came
Oh yeah.
across and like very creative or
And there's one right now. You may hear some chimes ringing, right? Now that every town in Tokyo and probably Japan, I can vouch for Saitama and Chiba as well, nearby prefectures. Every town has a 5 o'clock chime, a particular song that's rung in chimes usually synthetic, synthesizer chimes. There's not a Quasimodo pulling
yeah,
on
you
a
don't
quick.
have bells in US too? Like in church?
We do, but we don't ring them 5 o'clock every day.
Oh, really?
No, we
Because
don't.
it's a regular thing where I
Is it?
live. It's like not 5, but like for lunchtime, like at 12.
I'm trying to think now.
12 and like sometimes it's always even like for small village
Yeah.
it's like every 15 minutes sometimes. Like I don't know if it's still the case in my town, but
if you have a church tower, if you have a church bell in a tower, and you're lucky to have that in a lot of New England towns, like where I lived in Massachusetts, you had, but it wasn't every day. It was maybe Sundays you'd have it, and you'd have it certain occasions when things are happening. It's really happening. But here in Tokyo, every 5 o'clock every day, no matter where you are, you're going to hear a chime of some kind. It's a song. It's a little melody, and it's designed that they chose it for the town. So they're all different. And if you're like us, if you're up on an upper floor, you can hear the echoing from other neighboring towns. You know, their songs sort of competing with ours, and it's crazy. But it's one of the charming points of Japan that you just get used to, and you get to appreciate. It's like every train station has their own song.
Yeah, it's super surprising here. It's super funny.
Every train station has their own
Feels
song.
like you're succeeding a level or something in a game.
That's exactly right. I was gonna say it's sort of like a musical. No, it's more like you're in a game, you're running around in a game, and you're succeeding different levels, and you're going and it's sort of almost MIDI sounding, like a MIDI. Yeah, the quality is not exactly orchestral. It's like MIDI, but it's so charming, and every station has their own, and you'll see train fans and such recording it with these expensive microphones and all. But anyway, we'll leave you there, and we'll catch up next time, and hopefully we'll get another episode with Nick before he goes.
Why not?
Or over the internet. This internet thing that people are talking about all the time.
Yeah.
This internet
I will probably wants to know more about my things.
Yeah, we're gonna put in some more information and links and everything to Nick's heads up. He'll give us some information on that. He's the man, but of course he won't be divulging all of it.
That's it. I'll keep the secrets because I've strived so much things.
All collectors are like that.
But I'm not that much of a gatekeeper.
No,
I just want, like I said earlier, some pieces I don't want to show them just so there's no like evil people
copies it, right?
that want or like just doing bad stuff with it. So
sure,
because I don't care about like critics, I would say, because there's some people that can be, but I feel like that's probably one thing I would end with. It's like in France it's super taboo to talk about like money and or like hobbies and things. So when I was talking with some people of that, they were like, oh, but it costs so much money. It's super fucking taboo. You can't do what you want. But in America it feels like, and in Japan too, and that's what I like about the mentality and the mindset, is like you can do whatever you want. Like if you're working on that,
at least for now.
It's a work too. It's a work too to just like research, but there's a lot of research for these kind of pieces. You need the right person, you need money, of course, but like it's getting back if you just sell other things, so you need to just like always
buy and sell.
Buying and buying, sell. That's it.
It works, you know.
And you have to make choices, you have to make a lot of it's a lot of things to be a collector, but it's a big part of my identity for sure. And it's a thing that I always had since my childhood, and I just want to keep continuing that way. It's
very good.
It's how I work, kind of.
That's a great place to stop. So
it is. It's like a hobby.
And everybody out there, stay safe, take care. Thanks for tuning in, and tune in again. We'll have lots of great guests here and lots of topics. We're going to cover every kind of topic you can imagine about Japan. We can go anywhere with our stories, but we always come back to Japan because that's really the focus. I just saw somebody walk by there. You never know.
Ghost.
Could have been a ghost. New day, right? So thank you, Nick, for stopping by.
Thank you, Robbie.
And thank you for
this wonderful time. It was really cool.
Really appreciate it.
Really
great,
cool.
Great talking to you. This is wonderful, and those wonderful, fabulous drawings. They're just so beautiful, and you've got yourself quite a collection.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
Hundreds of pieces now. Around.
All right. Okay, everybody, take care. And this is Robbie in Tokyo and Nick in Tokyo from via France, right?
France, yeah.
And we'll catch you next time. Ciao, ciao.
See you around.
See you around. Sayonara. Jane. Bye-bye.